What's up, Gaming Nation? We are back with another 7 Days to Die. And today we are doing a special series. This, I'm going to call it Horde Mode. Now, this series is going to be an interesting one. We've got some rules, throwing them up on screen now. Rule number 1 is this is a 1 life challenge. Once I die, that's it. But don't worry, especially if it's early, we're going to do something special at the end. If we end up dying, we'll spawn in a bunch of zombies and go out with a bang. But the second rule, and the most important rule to this Horde Mode series, is no base. We will not be building a Horde base. We will not be building a main base. We cannot stay in a POI overnight. Nothing like that. We can't get up on top of a rock. We can't do anything like that. We are on the ground, boots on the ground with the zombies. Rule number 3 is we are going to increase the difficulty every single week, as well as increase the amount of zombies spawned. We're starting with 12, I believe, and then we're going to go to 16 or 18 or whatever the case is. We're going to keep going up, more and more zombies. Alright, so we just spawned into the world. You guys have the rules of this series. Other than that, that is pretty much it. We are playing in Navesgane, if you guys didn't catch that with the screenshots. And the main reason for that is, number 1, I just did a Navesgane reveal series. If you guys haven't checked that out, make sure you check that out. We revealed not only the trader locations, but also just all of the really important locations all over the map. All the different places that I really thought that you guys would most likely want to visit, or that you might need to know where it is. For instance, you need a poppin' pills, you need whatever it is, go check that video out because that is going to be really useful. But also, I'm going to use that knowledge that we just revealed on that to find all the different traders and any locations that we may need in this series, because this is going to be a hard series, that's for sure. So let's get through these beginning challenges real quick. I know most of you guys have already seen all this good stuff, so we're going to get through the beginning challenges and catch right back up with you. One thing, if you guys are newer to this series, that the quest, the little mini quest at the beginning, doesn't take you through. The primitive bow is fine. The club is fine. Personally, though, I prefer this stone spear. So I will scrap the club and use the spear. It gives you a little bit more distance so you can stay away from the zombies. So especially if you're newer, it helps. Or if you're like me and you're just an idiot, it also helps. So that's something that I've found over my little time playing, that is a good thing to have. Alright guys, so we've got the main quest done. That should have taken us most likely to Jen, because she is most likely the closest around this area. So we're in the burnt biome. Yeah, that's going to be probably Jen, is what I'm assuming. So she's going to be just over there, so we'll go take care of her. But first, let's raid this house. It's only got 1 or 2 zombies in it. It's not going to be too big of a deal. There's also not any good loot in here, but there should be a couple of things that we might want. And we already got hit for the first time, but that's just because I'm a little silly. Alright, there's going to be loot up there, but you know what? Really? Alright, let's not even grab it. I really don't care too much about the loot today. I just want to focus on getting to Jen. So because we don't need a base, or because we're not going to be able to use a base, it's actually quite interesting how you have to have a different mindset than normal. So for instance, earlier I threw away some lead. I'll most likely be throwing away things that you guys would be like, why are you throwing that away? Honestly, without building a base, we don't need stones as much. We don't need cobblestone. We don't need cement. We don't need building materials at all. And so it's actually really interesting. I found myself getting ready to harvest a lot of stuff like that from POIs, and you didn't need to, because there's no reason. We don't need stone. I mean, we need stone for our stone tools to repair them, but other than that, we don't really need to harvest wood. We don't really need to harvest stone. We don't need to harvest iron. There's a lot of things that in this playthrough we're not going to need to do. But also, I think one of the things I did in my other playthroughs is I didn't worry about building workbenches or forges or anything like that. So I think that's another thing to consider, is we may or may not build stations, just because if we're doing, basically we're going to be doing quests all the time for the traders, at least at the beginning, and then raiding all the time, because we don't have to worry about building a base. We don't have to worry about taking that time to upgrade the base. But so that's going to give us a big experience deficit, because for me at least, I always build my bases up to at least concrete for the most part by day 7, which gives you a ton of experience. That's 3 or 4 levels just right there, just building and upgrading your stuff. Now, since we're not going to be doing that, that's a huge experience deficit that we're going to have to make up for, which is going to be, you know, doing these quests and killing the zombies. But also definitely focus on getting money from the traders and using the traders to then buy ammo for our Horde Knights and all that stuff as well.
You again. I'm starting to think you like Dr. Jen.
Jen. Alright, Jen, what's going on in your job list? We need something very close. So clear zombies 261.
Oh, this is a dangerous
I'm gonna take
one.
it. Of course it is.
Get radiated.
Also, guys, I did make a quick little thing of the main goals that I have for the series, and you guys should see that on screen now as I go through this list of things that Jen has. Our biggest thing is we're going to need vehicles. We're also going to need multiple different guns. Obviously, like an AK or something like that's going to be really good at the beginning. And again, hopefully, I'm going to rely on the traders to get that done. And hopefully we can buy that from them. Same thing with the vehicle. Hopefully we can buy a vehicle outright. All right. So anyways, guys, so the vehicles is a huge thing for us because we want to be able to do as many quests as fast as possible. And then also, of course, the multiple weapons. And I put multiple because, you know, one AK is going to be great. But if we can get a pistol and an AK and some other weapon, that will be amazing, like a shotgun or something, because we really want to have multiple weapons. That way we're not spending too much time just reloading. Now, I don't know if that's going to be necessarily the case or not, but it's going to be hard to... there's some zombies somewhere. But it's definitely going to be hard to be running around too much of the area without a bicycle or a mini bike, motorcycle, whatever the case is. Now, again, with my series, I know there is some trash out there, but I'm not going to worry about it. Upstairs, there's pretty much nothing, I don't think. So we're just going to head out. What I'll do at first is, let's see, we'll just put a chest down here, and we'll put everything in there that we're not going to need right now. That should be good there. All right, let's go. So anyways, like I was saying, guys, what we'll do is I will carve out a little hole in that rock and then put our storage chest inside of the hole. That way, if in the future there's zombies that are spitting or trying to attack things too much, whatever the case may be, they won't hit our storage chest, especially because most likely this will be the location right here of our first Horde Night. We're going to be running up and down in front of Jen, just to show her how strong we really are. One of the other goals that we want to have is sprint increasing or run increasing armor. So for instance, there's a couple items that we need. The college jacket gives us a 10% run speed, I think, or maybe 20%, maybe 15, I don't know, something. Gives us a percent run speed. And then also another thing is the running shoes. That gives us a good percent run speed as well. Now there's other items like steroids and Mega Crush that are really going to help out as well. And if we can find the book Not Encumbered at Night, that's going to be really, really useful also. But because we have the storage chest, we can put most of our stuff in there. But it would be nice to have that book in the first couple hordes, at least by the second horde. All right. That is enough of that. Let's get going. For this series, you guys will notice most of the time, because we're going to be running back and forth through here all the time, I'm going to be looting a lot of the trash piles, and then I'm also going to be breaking them down, not for the couple pieces of paper or polymers that you get, because most likely we'll throw those away. But there is no loot respawn, so when we see these places or when I see things that I can loot, I want to loot it and then break it down, so that way I'm not spending my time re-looking at it a little bit later. And the great thing is with these trash piles, if you guys already know this, you can get things like we just got duct tape, and then you can also get lockpicks, which is really good, especially early on. Alright, I know there's something back here, and probably a zombie too. No zombie, I'm okay with that. Working stiff. It's probably not the best idea to open this right now, but we're just going to do it because we're here, and otherwise I'm going to forget later. Alright, I'll take it. That's a quick upgrade, and we're probably going to get a lot of quick upgrades in the beginning. Structural brace mod is also really, really nice, so we'll definitely take that. Alright, let's get going. Alright, so this house is interesting. This is one of our main houses. I actually recorded this particular series 3 times already, and this is what I call a cursed series. So I'm hoping this series goes well for us. So this house brings me the memories up. My first playthrough I was playing the game. I got to Horde night, and then oddly enough, of course, during Horde night, my power went out in my house. When that happens, of course, then my save didn't back up. I didn't have my surge protector on, so it was just a mess. So instead of saying, "Oh guys, sorry you didn't get to see the Horde," I went ahead and just re-scrapped the series. It was only on the first Horde, so it was day 7, so it wasn't that big of a deal. However, with that, let's just start going. We're gonna double loot this place because this is a decent little place. Actually, you know what? We're gonna cheat, I think, and we're just gonna go straight for the main loot, and then double loot the place real quick. We do still have to fight through plant fibers. We need plant fibers. We do still need to fight through some zombies, so it's not like we're really getting it off that easy. But it will be nice to get that done. Let's see. We don't need... I could have scrapped that for the plant fibers. Don't need that. Don't need that. Now we don't need that anymore either. There we go. All right. So anyway, so yeah, cursed series, guys. So this one we did 3 times. The first time I lost the power outage, so I restarted the series. The second time I was at this particular house right here, and this one or a different one. I think it was this one. We were at this particular house right here, and the funny thing is what happened is we went inside, and for some reason there was like a zombie that was like invisible because I kept getting hit. And when I would turn around, there's nothing around me. There's no spikes on the ground. There's no zombie, nothing. I would run out of the room, and then I'd be fine for a couple minutes. And then all of a sudden, again, I would start getting hit. And I would look around. There's nothing around me. And if I would leave the room or the area, just like when you're running away from a zombie, I would get away from it, and I would be fine. So I would heal up, do whatever, and I'm like, what the heck? Let's keep going. As soon as I got back to that room, or enough time where the zombie would have got back to me, I kept getting hit again. We only have 1 stone arrow, so jumping down here is going to be interesting, but that'll be okay. Oh god, I forgot there was such strong zombies in this one. All right, let's do it. All right, quiet. You don't want to wake up your brothers. Come on, stop missing. I don't have a lot of stamina to deal with this. Okay, shh. Seriously? Okay, shh. Quiet. Quiet. I don't know how we snuck up on this guy. We have no sneak skill at all. He was sleeping hard. There we go. Before I forget, I'm sure that you guys are already seeing issues. I'm going to turn up the brightness because I know it can be really bad, especially the first couple days without the headlight mod and stuff like that. It's bad. There we go. Get sneak damage on these guys. The other good thing about the spear, and it is for me at least, and the club and stuff like that probably too, it gets you some decent stagger damage, or stagger ability, whatever you want to call it. the zombies definitely stagger a good amount. Alright, so here is the main loot right here. Since we knew that, we went ahead and did that. I know it's a little cheap, but you know what? So am I. There's definitely some better loot up there as well, but we're just going to work on this main loot here and see what we get. We'll reset the place and then go back from there. Now, I know some of you guys might think that is a little cheap, and I get it for sure, but I feel like it's definitely something that's in the game. And I'm not saying like, well, cheats are in the game too. You could just cheat all day long. But you know what? I don't feel like it's that big of a deal, especially as long as you're going through and killing the zombies and stuff. Now, if it was like loot at the top of a building and you just go up to the top of the building because it's there. Pump shotgun. Hello. Okay. Schematic, not the actual thing, but that's cool. I heard a zombie and I was like, maybe there is one in here. I forgot. But anyway, so yeah, because like if you were going to the top of the building or something like that and there was no zombies up there and then grab the main loot and leave, that's a little cheap. Yes, I completely agree. That is cheap. However, what we did in our case, I feel like, you know, we still fought some zombies. So to me, I'm like, you know, it was a little cheap, but you know, it's a part of the game, I think. So for me, I'm not too worried about that one. All right, so let's do some normal maintenance here. What do we need to do? We need to craft a bunch of stone arrows. We need to switch our upgrades. There's an upgrade. Padded boots already. And padded chest armor, so we'll scrap that. We did get a blunderbuss already. I didn't even pay attention to that. I was too busy talking. And a sledgehammer. Now, guys, in the future, I will definitely do a sledgehammer series because I know a lot of people really love it. Personally, I hate melee weapons. So for me to do like a melee series is not going to be fun because I'm just not very good at it. I don't do it normally. So yeah. All right, we'll bring the blunderbuss down just because it could be useful for sure. What number is that? 6? All right, let's do it. All right, guys, and also I know I have skill points to spend. However, what I want to do is every night or every morning, either which way, right before I end the episode or right before we begin the episode, I want to work on the skill points for you guys. That's going to help me remember that I have them and remember to spend them, hopefully. And I will also show you guys the stats every single day when we get done with the day, either the beginning or the end, whichever way. All right, so now we'll go the legitimate way, and we will go through the entire POI. We do need to clear the area, so in that case, we need to clear all the zombies anyways, which means going this way is going to be the best for us. All right, let's get through. And this is what I'm talking about here, the different mindset. Normally, a lot of you guys are like, oh, look, a lot of cobblestone, some cement. Yeah, but we don't need it. We don't need it at all. Not even one little bit. Hey, buddy. All right, a wheel. That's actually really good if we need to end up making our own stuff. I like that. I don't know what they're beating on already. Or even, like, who's beating on something. Well, we'll take the shots when we got them. Shh. Go to sleep. It's okay. Shh. Shamway box with a winner in it. Hello. I prefer a blueberry pie, but that's okay. I'm not going to complain too much. I probably will, but it sounds good to say that. This place had every cupboard open. Look at that. That's awesome. Usually that is not. And then over here too. Usually there's at least like 2 or 3 that are not open. And here. It's a good POI this time. I mean, we probably didn't get crap from it. But, you know, but that's okay. Anything over here? Jump. Oh, that's a good place for it, because it's kind of hard to get to. Hey, big old spotlight, shine your light. There's no zombies in here? A little odd. Probably don't need the leather. Alright, I feel like we're getting a little encumbered. Toilet gun. Nope. Corn on the cob recipe. I'll take it. That's awesome. Leather poncho is really good at the beginning. The duster would be better for sure, but that's okay. We'll take it. Alright, that's good. Somebody downstairs is really mad at us. We got ourselves a new pair of jeans. That ammo pile. This little area you got to run through a little fast to get over here. Goodness. Hey, I'll be down there in a second. Calm down. So here is where I may regret it later, but things like the nitrate, I really don't need. The lead, we don't need. Things like that, we really just don't need at this point. And I don't know if we're ever going to need it. We probably don't need the bottle of acid either, but I think because we got that wheel, that's a sign. So let's drop down here. I don't know why, but I thought I was dropping into a different place. Like, we just went through this place, and my head was in a whole different POI. So who the heck and where the heck is the zombie that's mad at me? Because there's like nothing. Ooh, Santa hat. So we're probably going to find Santa hats just a little bit in the game. I think they're probably going to get rid of that sooner or later. Obviously, you're not going to be finding Santa hats, you know, in October, but that's okay. I think that's a really neat thing that they added to the game. I think that's really cool. And I know the Santa hat had been in the game before, but I just think that's really, really neat. Now, one cool thing for you guys, if you are kind of newer to this game, it must be a crawler, because he still hasn't gotten to me yet. I mean, he's up around there somewhere. Anyways, if you guys are newer to the game, this particular POI, when you stand on this rubble, a lot of times the zombies, let's see if we can tag one. A lot of times the zombies just don't know where you're at. Like, they're having troubles right now, like, locating me. I don't know if it's because I'm so far away, or because, like, the pathing just isn't there, isn't right. But use that to your advantage if you need to. We're gonna take out one or two of them, and then we'll stop being scaredy cats and go take out the rest. But I am gonna be quiet because I don't need to take on two zombies at once. Come here, bud. I'm right here. I'll just check the trash while you're playing around. There you go. But that is in Alpha 19.3, so if you guys are playing a later version, maybe that's been patched out. I don't know, but just something to, just something for you guys, just so you guys know. Some of you guys might already know that. Hello, hello. He went down pretty quick. Alright, so that was the it of clear the zombies. So the guy that's upstairs must be from outside. That's probably what's taking him so long. Another blunderbuss. We're getting pretty lucky with those. Apparently I already searched that. Gun toilet. Nope. The fact that we have 2 Shotgun Messiah boxes here is awesome. So I'm very excited about that. A little bit of scrap armor. And another blunderbuss. And some pipe bombs, which, oh my goodness, that is not something that I should have. Another blunderbuss. We haven't even put any points into Lucky Loot or anything, but we're getting a lot of really decent items. I mean, I know blunderbusses aren't like the best thing ever, but at the beginning game, you know, it usually takes me a couple days to start finding blunderbuss, but hey, you know, I'm good with that. Alright, let's... This is already open, okay. Put our block down here, should work. There we go. Double jump out. Perfect. All right, so what do we got in our inventory? Let's clean this up a little bit. The knuckle wraps aren't worth anything. So with this playthrough, because we're going to be running all the time, this is going to be a light armor playthrough. So padded gloves is probably the best we're going to have at the beginning. Hopefully we can get some leather armor, which will be nice. The scrapped armor, stuff like that, it is heavy armor, but the mobility and stuff isn't horrible. I mean, it takes away some points, obviously. So most likely I'll be just selling a lot of the scrap armor that we get at the beginning. So that's why, in case you guys are wondering, game, why aren't you putting on the armor? You have none. That is why. All right, sounds like the zombie that was coming after us fell through, but that's okay. Now, this is something else that I wanted to show you guys as well. Now, an area like this, there's a zombie in there, so we gotta be a little quiet. These soda fountains are really good places to find Mega Crush. Let's see if we can get one. Yeah, that's right. So we got a Mega Crush. So those fountains like that are really, really good to find Mega Crush. And we're most likely going to maybe search down some of those in maybe the next Horde. Because this Horde shouldn't be that bad for the day 7. But the day 14 and 21 Hordes, those are going to be obviously significantly more. And we may actually need Mega Crush just to survive. So Mega Crush is definitely something I'm going to look for, some bakeries, some places like that, and be able to find those types of machines that are hopefully going to give us a lot of Mega Crush. Because I don't believe, obviously the vending machine, if they sold them, that would be amazing, but they don't currently. But also the vendors, I don't think sell Mega Crush. If they do, it's not something I've paid attention to, but that would be also a really good thing. But I think it's just finding it, which definitely makes it a little harder to get for us. And this series really needs some Mega Crush. Alright, I know I ended up doing that really, really stupidly because I just could have clicked one button. I'm an idiot. Yeah, that looks good. All right. It sounded like it was coming from in here.
So good. Now that you have some
why
money
not?
to spend, we're running a
Ooh, an armor pocket mod.
for the rest of the day.
We'll take that. We'll take that. I need another close job, Jen. And you're not giving it to me. So let's go north.
Son.
10, 10, 10, 10, 10. Okay, so they're all 10. So we'll sell them all. Not a big deal there. Buy that, buy that, buy that, buy that. And those two mods we will use. Now, I did look through her inventory a little bit earlier at the beginning of the series. Learn an elixir. We don't have a lot of money right now, so I'm going to save the money I have, but she does have 2 learn elixirs, which is really, really good for Horde Nights, or base building, whatever. I thought I heard the zombies coming after us, but they're still over here. But anyways, but those 2 things are things that we're going to need to buy pretty soon. We will buy from her before she restocks, but for now, she had no guns at all, except for the ones I just sold her, and she really had nothing that we needed. There's a mini bike chassis, which is great, but we really don't need that. Grandpa's moonshine recipe, could be okay. The structural brace mod's good, but for the most part, she has nothing we need. Let's go kill this guy. A lot of suitors come for Jen. There we go. Take that guy out. All right, so it is almost dark. So it is 2000. That's not enough time to go down to there. So let's go ahead and start ending the episode here. But did I share another zombie or am I crazy? Okay, maybe not. Okay, so guys, day 1, this is what we have obtained thus far. Some pretty decent stuff. You know, not too bad. Tonight, what I'll do is I will carve out a little section of the stone here, and I'll put our storage chests in there. That way they can stay safe. And then other than that, I will be just hanging out right around this area. And I know usually a zombie spawns over there. Usually a zombie spawns over there, and so we'll just chill here for the entire night. When zombies get too close, you know, we'll just run around the rock, because they are going to be feral, obviously, and they're going to be sprinting, and us with the stone spears probably not going to take them down that well. But if I do have any zombie encounters at night, I will always include those in the next video. But for now, let's go through and spend some skill points, because we have 5 now, 4 from the beginning quest and 1 for our level up. The Daring Adventurer. This is a really good one if you guys are going to be doing a lot of quests, because it gives you another reward choice. So instead of getting 2 reward choices, you get 3. Now, I'm not going to go further into this because you can do, what is it, 3, and then here's 4, here's 5, and then it's the best. So you can get up to 5 choice rewards with Mercenary. That's insane. Plus a little bit more Dukes, which is always good too. So we're going to do number 1 because it's 5% more Dukes and 1 more quest reward. Normally, if there's 3, I always want 1 of them. So I'm okay with that. In Agility, we do want to do Run and Gun. That is going to be really, really good. But for right now, I don't have a gun besides the Blunderbuss. So I'm not going to worry about spending a point in Agility right yet. But once we get a gun, that is definitely going to be a first one before day 7 that we're going to get. For right now, I'm going to do Healing Factor because reasons, man. You've got to do that. It gives you natural healing a little bit faster, so your health naturally recovers. And then also Rule 1 Cardio, we definitely want, because we're going to be running all the time doing these quests, but also...
Just to let you folks know, the Trader Joel's closing soon.
But also we're going to be running during the quest, and then also running at night. So if we can get this to Running Man by day 7, maybe, maybe not, that is going to be really significant in helping us with that. We're going to do Sex Rex. We're not going to do a lot of this. Normally I would go...
Trader Joel's is now closed.
Normally, with the Strength perk, I would do a lot in Sex Rex, a lot in Miner 69er, and a lot in Motherlode. Because we're not going to be mining at night. We're not going to be doing a lot of stuff like that. I'm just going to put 1 point in here for now, because I really don't think it's necessary. But then also we have Lucky Looter, and that's where our last point is going to go, because Lucky Looter is always a good option. The next perk that we're probably going to get is in the Strength tree, and it could be Master Chef, because for me in Alpha 19, the first like 4 or 5 days is the only time I ever need food. Now, once you pass the 4 or 5 days mark, you're getting enough money from the trader quests and things like that. You just buy food from the vending machine and you should be fine to sustain yourself, usually. All right, guys, so before I go, here is our current setup. We have, we look like a noob's noob that just started day 1, which we did, so that's okay. I'm okay with that. But this is what we look like. We look like, I don't even know what. Put it in the comments down below. I don't even know. So we look horrible. Here's some of these stats if you guys want to see. At the end of the first day, we've killed 13 zombies, crafted 3 items, and we have traveled 2 kilometers. And here is these stats as well. Don't think you guys want to even see that, but just in case you guys want to. And thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked the episode, drop a like. If you loved it, consider subscribing. And if you guys have anything to say, especially tips on how to survive this crazy challenge that I have provided to myself, put it in the comments down below. Thank you guys. Peace.